Have you ever wondered what's inside this magical little thing that helps start a car or a lawnmower? In this case, this is off a lawnmower, or pretty much anything that has a battery that starts a motor for you. This is called a solenoid, and I figured I'd show you what's inside it. We're going to take this thing apart. This one's dead, so we're going to maybe find something broken or burned up in here. I don't know yet. But this one wasn't working, so it's trash, and I'm going to take it apart to show you what's going on. Since I teach science, I figured I'd kind of explain what's happening real quick. So first of all, basics, all right? You learn about this in physics, maybe sooner, I don't know, maybe depending on the school you're in. But there's a thing called electromagnetism, and if you have current, anytime an electron, which is what makes electricity, electron from an atom is moving, it's going to create a magnetic field around it, pretty much. That's kind of the gist of it. So if you send a bunch of electrons through a wire, they create a magnetic field around the wire. If you then coil the wire, now you can get all those field lines to connect, to go in the same direction, like down through the center of the coil, and that's how you make an electromagnet. So that's the gist of it without drawing pictures and all that stuff. So what we're going to find in here, I'm sure, is some type of coil of wire. And that coil of wire is going to be connected to these two, which go to the key, the prongs on this side. So that way, when you turn the key on, it sends a current through the wire, which makes a magnetic field. That magnetic field is then going to pull on some kind of piece of metal in here that's going to make a connection between these two posts, which are where the big wires connect to, from your battery and then from here to the starter, or it doesn't even matter which way you hook this thing up. So what this does then is allow you to have a key switch for a small wire going to a key that's safer and everything that you can turn on, and then it connects the battery straight to the starter. That's the whole point of the whole thing. So if this fails, of course, your battery won't send power to the starter, and then it's not going to start your vehicle. Your starter won't do anything. You probably will hear nothing, actually. When these are working, you'll turn a key on, and, well, usually it's so loud with the starter you can't hear it, but this thing will make a click inside, and then that's the connector happening, and then it sends the power. That's pretty much it. So let's crack this thing open and see what we can find on the inside. That's the next step. Alright, so I think we got to drill out these 4 rivet things, hopefully, and they'll come out. I'm going to drill the bottoms of this off. And then I'll take these nuts off the top, and I think I can take off these little crush washer things, maybe, get them off of there, and then hopefully this thing will come apart without just having to mangle and destroy the plastic. But this could be the problem, is these washers aren't really made to come off of here. Maybe I can unscrew them carefully. I think we're just gonna get destroyed here. That's all right. There we go. There's that one. I mean, they're pretty much disposable, but they can put up a fight. Come on. Why is this one being a pain in the butt? There we go. Alright. Come off of there. Come off of there. Luckily, we're not trying to save anything. Okay. See, now they're wobbly in there. Alright, let's drill the bottom out. Safety first. Got a used old drill bit, so I don't know if those are gonna work or not. I think we'll be alright though. It's gonna work, I think. That should do it. There we go. I think. Let's see. Alright. There's those things. We're inside. Doesn't look too good in there. Probably why it wasn't working. Haven't found our coil yet. There's a little rubbery thing there. Okay, I nicked my finger with my careful drilling I did, but that's okay. It's not that bad. Thought I had it out of the way. Apparently I did not. Let's see. Let's pop this apart. See what's inside. Okay, so this is connected Yeah, I'm pretty sure I see why this thing wasn't working. It's pretty gross in here. So those terminals are connected to these little wires, but you're going to go to the coil. You can barely see them. There's two little copper wires going in. I'm going to have to probably cut those to get this, or they're going to break or something when I take this apart. So it also has a, okay, there's that. That's just like a metal plate. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to cut those wires because they're soldered in after this is, you know, they put this together, then solder this in. So we're going to cut those or just break them off. Maybe right here. There's that one. And there's that one. Pull this out. Okay, so now this under what appears to be literally masking tape is your coil of wire. There it is, see? Check it out. I got a 9-volt that's not even fully charged. And watch the little plunger in there, ready? Oh. See it move? Isn't that cool? On, off, on, off. Coil of wire is fine. It was all the other junk and the corrosion causing it to be stuck so it wouldn't move anymore. That's what made the solenoid not work. But that's all there is to it. And this is only 9 volts, so 12 volts would make it even stronger. But clearly 9 volts is enough to make the solenoid work. See? On, off, on, off. See it move it up? Pretty cool, right? Electromagnetism. It's like magical motion. Ooh, pretty neat. So that's pretty much it. That's enough to push this up, which pushes against that little spring and connects that piece of copper between those two posts in there. Whoops, the posts aren't in there anymore. And then that sends power to your battery. That is all that's in there. Okay, I had to do a reshoot because I realized I was off camera for most of it. So here's the parts real quick. So you got the posts that go through. They're down on the bottom. Well, I guess you'd say the top, right? So these belong in the top. Again, this one is trash. You could probably get this thing working again if you were willing to solder it. There was nothing really wrong with what's in here. It was stuck because of corrosion. That was pretty much it. Now pieces are missing now because I threw half of them in the trash can, but this was in here like so. And this is on the bottom of it. There's some pieces missing. So here's what's going on. There's your two posts, right? The two pieces of copper. You would need this to be shined up. This is the piece that's going to connect them. That's going to go in, actually this way, sorry. So spring goes into the top of this thing, and that keeps these two away from the copper terminals down there, that means your starter would not be on at that time. And now if your solenoid ever gets stuck in the up position, which is rare, but if it does, then it would be connected full time and your starter is going to keep turning and not stop turning, which would be a problem. Then you got to pull the wire off the battery to get it to quit. So that's happened to people sometimes, but that's what happens when your solenoid gets stuck on, which is a rare occasion, because to make this thing move up in here, this little plunger that comes out has to push out. So it only pushes out when there's power to it. So the plunger pushes out, and that pushes on that piece of copper, closes the circuit, and then that sends power to your battery, if that makes some kind of sense. So it's rare for these to be stuck in the on position with your battery not turning off, because that would mean this would have to come out and get stuck out, which could happen. Obviously, it could get stuck out. But its default position is to be in the down position like this, okay? So really, though, when you look at it, the way it's made, I don't see what actually got stuck, because this just moves. I'm trying to figure out what would have made it to be actually stuck to make it not work. Clearly it was not working, but something in here got stuck and made it not do anything when you turn the power on. Because the coil of wire still works, and these were still connected, that was all fine. But something was making it not connect and actually do anything. Or it could have been these terminals were corroded enough that they weren't doing anything. That would cause it not to work as well. If you weren't getting a good connection in that copper, it's not going to do anything. But that's what's inside it, and hopefully you could see it this time without me holding it off camera like I did the first time. Hope you enjoyed watching, and stay tuned for more things that I come across. You know what I'm saying? What's inside a solenoid? It's kind of fun.